Hi, this is the Average John coming at you with another video about what I read this week. This is where I take a couple comics, just kind of go over them pretty much. So, today, this week, I've read Victorian number 11 by Penny-Farthing Studios. Now, this is my little book that I keep notes in. But basically, what's going on around here is that there's a lot of stuff going on, Well, there's pretty much like this nuclear submarine that everyone wants to get the nuclear core out of. And then there's this counterfeit $10 jackass bill going on. So, and apparently the two things are somehow connected. There's a short rundown. And we also got Zendra number 5. Yes, Zendra number 5, sorry. Zendra number 5, made in 2001. Now this, Zendra is a planet, and Holly is this girl that's part human, part Assyrian, and part Maker. Now there's these guys, there's this evil alien force called the Victorian Empire that are out to destroy her and everything she loves for some reason I have no idea. But they come, they send her, they teleport her to Zendra and know exactly where she is. They're just going over there. In the meantime, Zendra does make friends with some humans called Kaiser, Aleph, and Alex, Aleph. But yeah, and all these humans are using Assyrian technology to their advantage. They're crafting weapons to survive. So of course, the Victorian Empire, especially this dude named Abathor, is going after Holly and her friends. So is she going to defend them? Is she going to be able to defend them? They ain't running. No, we'll find out. And Zendra number 6 in 2002 by Penny-Farthing Studios. Zendra, Holly, Abathor, Aleph. But a deal was made, actually, with Tau, who is binded with Holly. I should have mentioned that last issue. Tau is amended or whatever with Holly. Tau actually makes a deal with Aleph. Well, say that wrong no matter what. But basically, it's just like, it gets the great machine in the middle of the planet. It's not going to do any harm, don't worry. But it blows up. There's this huge explosion. Aleph watches everyone die. And of course, Abathor, he's coming. And he shows up at that exact moment the machine explodes. And Holly's just like, I don't know how to deal with you, but I'm going to deal with you. But anyway, it does work, apparently. When the machine explodes, Aleph is turned into this great ball of cosmic energy. And he actually takes the Victorian Empire away. So, next, we have Trollords. Trollords number 14, made in 1988 by Tru Studios. I actually thought if I can find a picture, just the way they look like, I actually thought they were pigs. If I can find a picture of what they look like. Yeah, I thought they were pigs at first. But they're not, they're trolls. But, so apparently, the three pigs, their name is Larry, Harry and Jerry. Right, they're set along the Vietnam War. Their whole goal is to make this war a bloodless war. You know, anytime they see a fallen enemy, they pick them up, they put them somewhere else so they don't get all bloody and dead. And along this goal, they run into some old buddies of theirs, as in run into an enemy that hates them death. And then he introduces his older brother, War. But that's where it kind of ends. Another story that's included in this one, they actually save Christmas in a sense. Basically, there's this couple, Edgar and Myra. Myra's pregnant, and they get their car stuck. They get their car stuck in the middle of a big snowstorm. And of course, Myra's expecting right then, but they can't go anywhere because they're stuck. So they help. You know, they get a Christmas mule to help pull them to the nearest hospital so Myra can have her son. Alright, then we have the Armorines number 2, made in 1994. That's when I was born. Kind of cool. But made by Valiant Studios. Now, in this one, there's this. They are like 500 kilometers away from Australia. And there's these dudes. There's this Gunner, Sergeant Lewis, Major Lane, Chief Farrer. Now they're going to investigate something in the water. Now, unfortunately, there's these great white sharks that have been irradiated and are going towards them, are going to eat them alive, and want to chomp them. The sharks actually have a secret spell that actually throws them away for a little bit, kind of like a distraction. In a sense, like they go in cycles. But yeah. So basically, what happens is the sharks do come back, and mid-ear is a major weak spot for sharks. So if you hit them in the ear, they'll go away. Sorry, didn't prepare as much as I should. I apologize. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I don't know. But, you know, they go after a radioactive submarine, the SS Benchley. And they figured out that everything is impossible to move. That's impossible. So, they just blow it up so no one else can get to it. Unfortunately, they blow it up and some of their teammates are stuck under it and they can't communicate. A lot of troubles with the people in there. So, do they die or do they not? Find out soon. And next, we got Archer and Armstrong number 20, made in 1994. By Valiant. Now this is really weird. It's kind of a comic of its time, shall I say. Archer and Armstrong. And because there's, of course, Mr. Armstrong. He has his own house in the Benedict Canyon, kind of isolated, kind of peaceful there. And then, there's Archer. There's Archer, there's this girl named Gloria. And this girl looking for Archer called Amy Satom Longwood Smith IV. But Archer joins a vigilante group called the Night Angels. Of course, they're just like the cops, so people like them, people hate them. It's all good. But, they got this dude named Carrie. Carrie does not like Archer. Carrie thinks Archer is like outstanding him. No, Archer is kind of better. But they both kind of know Kung Fu. Like Carrie studied in China. Archer studied in Tibet. So, but anyway, Archer does ask Mr. Armstrong to be a Salvation Army Santa Claus. He does that, but he makes sure that Archer will wear tux on New Year's Eve and toast Mr. Armstrong. I don't know the deal, but he accepts. And Amy gave Archer a crossbow for some reason. A dude stole Christmas money. And Archer runs into a prostitute in the alley. Instead of giving her money, Archer just gives her a nice meal and a ticket to Salt Lake City. Then, of course, here's the part. And there's this little black child named Jamaluddin. And he goes on to Santa's lap and he asked him for a Tech 9 and 200 rounds. 200 rounds. And then, Carrie took a Colt 45 from someone, and Archer wins a battle versus him. So, I mean, it's alright. I mean, like I said, comic of its time. Comic of its time. The next one, we have Harbinger, number 14, made in 1993. Now, we have, this is the lost land between space, time, and known reality. Jeff that wants Chris's baby for some reason. The baby equals the baby's name is Magnus. This dude named Solar is sending everyone to the proper place and time. It's all happening in Hoboken, New Jersey on October 9th. There's a person named Zephyr, there's a person named Pete. Zephyr's just showing off this like a kind of like school now. But it's in the land of gods and monsters. Maybe Chris is just dreaming this all up. Maybe he dreamed about a Magnus. Who knows? Chris wants the baby, but Evil Man won't let her. No, not an Evil Man. It's Pierce, a girl, actually. I know a woman. Ooh. Well, yeah, Pierce does take the baby as he eventually has. So Magnus's mom is Chris, but Magnus's dad is torque. And Magnus almost defeats all the robots that eventually capture him. But a Pearl staying with the Pearl staying with Chris, that's what it meant. Magnus tells Chris to let go in a dream. A stronghold is, of course, there's a superhero team named the Egg Breakers that everyone's trying to get into. Yeah, that's sharply done, but done. So next, we have Magnus Robot Fighter number 25, made in 1993. But basically, there's the main dude, Magnus. There's this dude named Rai. It's all from Japan. There's a Solar. There's Dr. Noel. There's, of course, these robot vigilantes called the Malies. Then there's this religious cult named the Megmen. There are humans that worship the robots and machines. And the Viziers that are the humans that can convert into machines that are half human, half machines. So, Magnus wants to destroy all of these. But of course the machines, they want to turn Magnus into a Megman. So the humans that worship machines. Excuse me. But they have the Mali Emperor of Japan, Emperor Takeo. So they're kind of a big enemy. But man, when we go to the undersea base, there's this IA as a free will robot, as a robot that's not a Mali, that can kind of think for itself, kind of like artificial intelligence, kind of. IA acts to protect Magnus from rogue free will robots. And they're all going out to this grand computer of Japan. It's a Kiwi Fubwist. There's Mag's mother's Chris, Mag's father's Torque. Magnus finds out for himself, and he's the second generation Harbinger. And Magnus gets a new suit. And they can either take the Sky Sled or this. I should put this way. Sky Sled or the Sky Cycle. Next in the Valiant universe, as I say, we have Solar, Man of the Atom, number 23, made in 1993. Also known as Split Decision, or Afraid of the Dark, Part 3. Now, someone is controlling Solar, who's basically like a person that can suck in energy and then explode it, or kind of like so suck in radiation energy and expunge it or whatever. But someone controlling Solar, making him destroy everything. He goes to the Edgewater Nuclear Reserve facility in New Orleans, Louisiana. His real name is Phil. He's going to kill everyone with him, being the sole survivor. But Mr. Veerhusen is his conscious. His girl named Gail is his one true love. And Gale tells Solar to fight the mind control. Solar fights it, but brings out another part of him called Solar the Destroyer. And this happens. Everyone is saved. And Solar, mind controlled, all mind control. He did something he would normally never do, and he watched the train crash instead of trying to save it. Alright, so next in this Valiant universe we have the new Harbingers, number 26, made in 1994. Alright. Now this is this would have been in New York, but the New York Harbinger Foundation office exploded 3 weeks prior to these events. Now, the Harbinger Foundation is focused on education, industry, space, and medical financing. It's founded in Japan, actually. Now, this story is also known as The Other Side. We'll get to that in a second. This all takes place in Bolivar, Missouri. There's the principal and gym teacher, Joseph A. Nicoletti. There's a new girl called Faith Herbert. Faith Herbert was part of this group called the Renegades that actually took part in killing one of their students. Now she has a roommate actually at this boarding school with Victoria. Nickname is Vic. There's a girl named Myra moving in with Vic and Faith Herbert after Christmas. So Victoria controls electricity. Faith Herbert controls flies. Beatrice Lewis has enhanced Amazonian strength. Malik Williams Microwave has his code name. As pyrokinetic. Samuel Coleman has invincibility. Basically, he's invincible. Enhanced strength. Butch McFadden has I'm getting caught up. Butch McFadden, otherwise known as Sonics, can produce sonic waves. Now their training involves them disabling 3 trucks. And they do that. But everyone's still hating on her face. Even though they did that. And they actually caused her to try and run away. Now of course they don't let her. You killed one of my friends. Or my classmates. We're not going to let you get away with this. She tries to fly away. And they hit her down. They hit her down hard. They start beating up on her. And then Mr. Flint, I'm struggling with names. Struggling with everything today. But, okay. Mr. Nicoletti actually stops the fight, and Victoria actually helps defend Faith. Says, hey, she's here to say, we all made mistakes, whatever. We're all here to get a new slate or whatever. So, but will she stay of her own volition? On her own tuition? Whatever the saying is. Will she stay or will she go now? Who knows? The world is full of questions. Alright. Now the next one on Valiant first. This is Exo Manowar, number 26, made in 1994. This is otherwise known as Carnage. Number 28, that's what I meant. Yeah, number 28, why I said 26. Yeah, otherwise known as Carnage. Now, this all starts with spider aliens in Ulster County, upstate New York. Spider aliens. There's a Gilad tells a Solar to get where they are soon. Now, Eric, that's the dude wearing this Exo Manowar suit of armor, working with this dude named Torok. And his skin, and basically, just Eric is starting to now be able to communicate with his suit of armor. Now, there also might be a direct link between the sewers and Eric's house, which lead the spider aliens right in. And that would be perfect because the spider aliens are trying to steal this thing called Shannara's seed. And there's these heroes that are attending it at the house. There's Oldie, Christoph, Randy, and this girl named Scrumptious, or otherwise known as Hilda Von Dyke. But the aliens still succeed in stealing Shannara's seed because Eric can't use his ion cannons for some reason on the Exo Manowar armor. Now, the lead person of the aliens is Aristides and his partner Mark Anthony. Now, of course, Christoph, Randy, Silva, Hilda Von Dyke, they all pack arms, weapons, basically. Because Eric has been infected with the silicone virus. And basically just rots him from the inside out. Now, because of this, the aliens do get blasted. But the Exo and Eric have the silicone virus. They can't communicate with each other at all. That's where that story ends. Which leads us to the last book. Exo Manowar number 33, made in 1944. Otherwise known as The Gathering, Part 3, Old Acquaintances. And this is continued from Armorines number 5. Now, of course, we got Eric, who has the Exo Manowar armor. Takes place in Boulevard, Missouri, where we met up with the new Harbingers. And Emperor Harada from Japan. We got Paul, this dude named Paul, in Eric's head, but how can he be in his head if he died? And one of these sisters, there's this dude named Paul who dies. How can he be in Eric's head then? There's the Orb Industries Medical Center with Tilly, Ken, and Krolos. Of course, Ken wants Krolos' question. But of course, Krolos is a bad guy, so he kills all of his captors before they even get a chance. Now, right above Earth, there's this team with a flat line who was Gunny and Gunslinger, and then Dominguez, all facing the aliens and repairing one of their satellites. The rest of the aliens are studies. They actually, and then cuts to near Vancouver, Canada. I thought this was new. There's this assassin called Snake Eyes that this group was talking about. This group named Wolfbridge. I'll talk about him, Snake Eyes. And of course, while they're talking about him, this dude named David, as part of the Wolfbridge group, gets shot. But that's not what kills him. And the shot contained poison. The poison kills him. He's poisoned with, and I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but tetrodotoxin. It comes from the tetrodontidone. Okay. But basically, snake bite was inspired by World War II assassins who basically did the same thing. They'd shoot someone, or they'd bite someone, they'd do whatever, but they leave like a mark in the neck, kind of like a vampire or whatever. But it was like 3 dots, like right around here, so it looked like a snake bite. Of course, going to above Earth, and there's the aliens. An alien's assistant, Mark Anthony. It turns out the Sonara seed is dead. But yeah, they still want to turn on Eric into a Visigoth. So of course, Spotline, Mage Lane, Surat Hosen, are actually defending a spaceship from the aliens who want to get in. And of course, Eric, the XL Manowar armor, wants to destroy the spaceship. And there's also this dude named Dacia. He wants to get the alien data to weaponize it. Actually, he gets the weapon DNA. Was going to give it to the NRA before Aaron destroys it. And of course, Flatline destroys the ship while Exo and Dacia are on it. Do they survive? Do they not? Who knows? Find out next issue. Yeah, sorry that I don't know, I'm so apologizing. But again, I just wasn't prepared for this or anything. And yeah. But if you have anything that you read over the week, or anything that you've read that you would like to share with me, put them in the comments below. It's always I like reading them. You can check out my Instagram at TRIPL3XXXMayhem, my Twitter at RealAverageJohn, my Facebook at OfficialAverageJohn, and those will be in the description below as well. Alright, with that, I will see you all next time.